Hello there, English 112, and welcome to week 14. I apologize that I'm just now getting a chance to record the video. Getting a few minutes alone at school is just wildly difficult to do. Um, okay, so this week we are going to just be looking at your final exam coming up because y'all worked really hard and your presentations and your poetry, and I know that it was a lot. And I'm really proud of everybody's progress. And so we're kind of now on the end stretch, which is fantastic because like 112 is all about capitalizing on your skills from 112 and applying them in different contexts. And I feel like you all have done a really nice job with that. So, really good work. So we're getting to that point where we're right before Thanksgiving. And so Thanksgiving's next week. So there's really not going to be anything going on. So I'm kind of establishing everything that's going to happen from now until the rest of the term this week, just so that you can kind of plan what works better for you and your family and your schedules. So the first thing that I wanted to say is that I am loving everybody's presentations. They're really beautiful, well done. You all are doing a really nice job of discussing the rhetorical situation and all of the different nuances of your sources and those topics. So those are really nice. I'm enjoying them a lot. This week, we actually have Zoe, Izzy, Marie, and Dalton. um, I may have had one of those that was sent to me and not put on the boards. If you sent it to me and didn't put it on the boards, if you could do that, that would be fantastic. I'll try to go through and scrub today and make sure that that has happened. Um, but one thing that I really love about presentations, especially in an asynchronous environment, is that it gets to establish a sense of community in a way that we don't necessarily get when we're online. Because it's very different talking to somebody face to face than just seeing what they type on the computer. So it's a way that I can see your face, hear your voice, kind of know where you're coming from, um, so that we can kind of see each other and know who we are as people. So that's always a good humanizing aspect of it. So, really, this week, the ultimate objective for your week is that you're going to understand the components of your final. And so you can ask questions about the final. So, I have here readings, which are the reading assignments from the book. And this is about style and then also finding sources. There is no reason that you need MLA because it's a APA. Oh. So we're going to be conducting research for your annotated bibliography. And so some people have asked me the clarification. Yes, your presentation can be the exact same topic as your annotated bibliography. Talk about that in a second. Um, but I've got some resources here on how to go through and evaluate credibility and then Googling and effective research technique. Um, and I know that ACA taught you how to research, but these are just guidelines for you to help you in the process, just because I'm not there with you to like help you get into these sources. But I did want to show you what is available to you. So the first thing that I do want you to see is the annotated bibliography prompt and examples, which are some different how-tos. And then I have an annotated bibliography template here, so that you could like see what it actually looks like and the relevance to the application here and how to outline it on your piece, and then an APA cheat sheet for you. So I'm trying to pull out annotated bibliography instructions. Pardon me while I post this. I just realized it. All right. I have a couple of files here that I think are old. Trash those. I'm not going to record this again. Okay. All right. So here is the example. Okay. All right. And okay. And then we've got the annotated. All right. At least that way we know that it's updated. Okay. All right. So for the annotated bibliography prompt. Okay. So if you go to the annotated bibliography prompt and example, what you're going to see right here is there is an annotated bibliography, which as much as that seems counterintuitive, it is the truth. So it tells you like where everything is here. So what you are going to be doing for your annotated bibliography, you'll be choosing a text from the book um, that has a topic that you're interested in. So it could be something we read as a class, it could be something from poetry, it could be something that you just find, but you're going to pick a topic from that text, and then you're going to do an in-depth search of sources related to the topic. One of them is multimedia. So in theory, the source that you did your presentation on is one of those sources. Since people did have levels of confusion, like it's okay if that does not happen, but I would hope that they would dovetail because the goal is that you're doing in-depth research on a topic that is related to literature, but you're doing critical thinking about how those contexts shape the literature. So you're not going to use WebMD, you're not going to use Wikipedia, you're going to use two scholarly sources, and then you're going to use one multimedia source, and then you're going to find one other. For example, The Yellow Wallpaper by Charlotte Perkins Gilman. Um, I'm going to do that source, and then I'm interested in the rest cure. I found a short TED talk on the rest cure and its impact on Victorian society. And I did my presentation on that. It's one of my four sources. That's how I would love to see it work. Again, we're online. Confusion happens. So if that doesn't happen, it's okay. But that is the ultimate goal here. So, how to write an annotated bibliography. So, annotated bibliographies are not the same as research papers because research papers are full synthesis of information, which you did in 111. For an annotated bibliography, it's critical thinking about sources and how you're applying that critical thinking to outside context. So, for each source, so you'll have four, each source has three paragraphs. So, 12 total paragraphs. But the paragraphs themselves do not have to be any longer than 3 to 5 sentences. Each source has to have a summary. What's the source about? What's the main argument? And then what are key points? Then the middle paragraph is a rhetorical analysis of the source and how what shapes it. And then the third paragraph is the relevance to the topic. Okay, so how it relates to the topic that you've chosen. And yes, I am fully aware ChatGPT can do this work, but ChatGPT should not be doing this work. What I would like to see is I would like to see your thoughts on the rhetoric, your thoughts on how it applies to your research. ChatGPT can give you ideas for sources. It can give you bones. It can give you ideas of certain things in the rhetorical situation if you get stumped. It should not be writing this for you. If you rely heavily on ChatGPT for this, it will be returned and you'll be asked to redo it. So I haven't encountered many people who have had that issue, but I do want to see that you are finding these sources and weighing them. I would like to know that you are the one who is thinking through the sources, not just the computer. If you use ChatGPT to help you, that's okay and it's within my guidelines. if you use it to do the work for you, then we're going to have to scratch and redo it. So just kind of be aware of how you find your sources. If you need guidance on that, let me know. Because you can use EBSCO, you can use Purdue OWL, you can use JSTOR, and any of the other resources from the HCC library. All right. So we are here, and that's the annotated bibliography. And then there is a template here for your annotated bibliography. And I give you some tips here on how to read scholarly articles and how to search questions to keywords and find your resources. So, what we're going to do this week is we are going to be doing some APA practice, discussing the sources with our friends here, Snow, Arata, and I'm sorry, Izzy, if I mispronounced your name, Billings and Crawford. And then here, you've got final exam and presentation questions. And so this is going to be a place for you to ask some stuff so that I can get back to you and make sure that it's clear for next week. So I hope that that's everything. And please reach out to me if you've got any questions, and I'll go through my email and see if I missed anybody. Have a good one.